Hello everyone and welcome. Before we get started, if you can hear me loud and clear, please do let me know in the comments box below so that we get off to a good start. So if you can hear me, please let me know in the comments box. Okay, looks like our sound is good. Fantastic. So welcome everyone. I'm really excited again to join you today on this live stream. So we have quite a lot of you in the on the live stream today. This is fantastic. We have Monique, Kirk, Miguel, Lee, Toronto Hotspots. Good to see you. Wim, Sonja, Anki. Wow, quite a lot of you are on this live stream. Okay, so last week, in fact, on Saturday, we spoke about Mak University. I'm still excited about the whole project. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'll be going through how I'm going to be setting it up, all the plugins that I'll be using and why I'm choosing to use those plugins. We won't go really into the design because I think that can be done maybe in the next part. So today we'll just discuss, the stuff that I've put together, the idea of the colors I'm going to use and why I'm choosing those colors. So I'm just going to give you a big, a big overview of the whole project and why I'm choosing the services that I'm choosing. So I'm really, really excited. And also along this live stream, you can also ask me questions. I'm open to discussing, these options that I'll be going through. So feel free to ask questions or also give me your suggestions as we go through. So really, really excited. Right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to switch over to my screen. In fact, let me just see if I've... Okay, we also have Ratapula. Now, good to see you. Awesome. Great. Now, just as a quick reminder, I know I haven't responded to everyone that bought the DV course to get the lifetime membership for Mak University, but please, I've got your emails, so your payment confirmations. So don't worry, I just didn't get the time to respond to everyone because I was trying to get this whole project today put together. So don't worry about that. I'll make sure that you will be added onto the list once the website is up and running. Okay, right. So I'm just going to move over here to my site so we can see it. Okay. Right, so this is my basic WordPress install. So I haven't done much on this. All I've done is I've just added a few plugins. So let's go through and let's discuss why the stages of how I got to where I am. So basically, as I mentioned, this is a basic, WordPress install. It doesn't have a lot of things going on here. So the first thing I did is I chose to go with a theme, which is slightly different. Now, you may be wondering why I haven't used the DV theme. The theme I'm using is called the Astra theme, okay? So there's a reason behind this, and this is specific to this project. So the DV theme and the LearnDash plugin. Now, the LearnDash plugin is what I use to put together all my courses. So the DV theme has incompatibility issues at the moment with the LearnDash plugin. So the workaround that I've seen working very, very well is using the Astra theme and the DV plugin. Okay, now there's a big difference there. There's a DV theme and there's also a DV plugin. Okay, so the DV plugin you can use with any other theme other than the DV theme, and then the DV theme itself is the theme plus the actual builder. Okay, so there's a difference. I hope you get the difference there. Okay, so the DV plugin is just the builder. Okay, the DV theme is the theme and the builder inside it. Okay, so now by using the Astra theme, it allows me to use any page builder plugins. Okay. Right, so that's what I chose. I chose the Astra theme to go with it. And by the way, in this video description, I've also added the links to the plugins that I'm using. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at that, I mean, you could do so. So let me just show you quickly over here where these plugins are, so you can see what this looks like. Okay, so here in Elegant Themes, I'm logged into my members area, as you can see here. Right, so here are the options I have to download. So this is the full Divi Builder, which I'm sure most of you are using. There's Extra, I don't really use that. There's all these other plugins, okay? But here is where I want to go. So this is the Divi Builder plugin, okay? So this is what I downloaded, okay? So that's what I installed onto my computer. So let me just show you that now. So if I come over here to the plugins, installed plugins, there we go. So we have the Divi Builder right there, okay? Right, so to install my plugin, all I did is my theme, all I did is I came over here to Appearance, then I went to Themes, okay? And then I just searched for the Astra theme, and this is the one which I've activated, okay? So that's the Astra theme. Now, the also advantage of using the Astra theme, to my knowledge, the Astra theme is the only theme out there that is compatible with LearnDash and these learning management platforms, okay? So what I mean by that is when you install LearnDash onto your system, it's very difficult to customize it in terms of the colors and how it looks. So what the guys at Astra theme did was to bake in all those customizations into the theme to make it easier to customize LearnDash. So that's the main reason why I've done this, because by installing LearnDash, you'll have very minimal ways to actually customize it in terms of the colors, the fonts, and the layout as well. So I prefer having full control of that design part. So that is why Astra theme is really recommended if you want to create a website which hosts courses. Okay, so this is specific to this project. Right, I'm just going to take a quick look here and see if we have any questions so far. Right, I've got a question here saying frozen image and sound from Nono. Guys, is the sound frozen? Because I don't want to carry on if this is not working. Is the sound frozen? Can everyone hear me? Is the screen okay as well? Okay, Kirk says the screen share is very blurry. Okay, I noticed that and I've just fixed it. Okay, I'm noticing that the stream here is not looking too good. Okay, Lee also says the quality has gone bad. Okay, so just bear with me. I just want to do a quick fix here and see if I can fix this quickly. Right. Okay, is everything okay? Right, if it's really bad, I might need to restart this. Okay, Brenda here says all is good. Okay, if it's really bad, can everyone now see me and hear me loud and clear? If you can't, what I'll have to do is to restart this. So please let me know. So far, I've got Brenda saying all is good. So is everyone else, can everyone else see me loud and clear or see the video okay? Okay, Monique says it is better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue now. Okay, Lee also says all good. Ratapula loud and clear. Okay, excellent. Looks like everything is fine now. No, okay. Still blurry for Anki. Right, let me just check something quickly here as well. Okay, I've changed the quality here to HD, so I'm not sure why it's still blurry. So maybe just refresh the page. Okay, Daryl Wilson also says all good. Grant from South Africa, good to see you. Right, so for those of you that are seeing a blurry image, can you just refresh your browser, because that could be the problem. But it looks like for most of you, everything looks good. Okay, so moving on. I was saying for Mak University, if you want to create a website which hosts courses, the workaround is the Astra theme, because that's the only theme out there that is full control of how you can customize how the courses are in the membership. Okay, so that's the first thing I did. So Astra theme and LearnDash, it works really well together. Right, so moving on, I'm going to talk about the hosting now. So with the hosting, what I decided to do is to go with Get Flywheel, because Flywheel has inbuilt backups. I mean, they do like automatic backups. The dashboard is also really, really good. I've also done a video about Flywheel. What I'll do is I'll link to it rather than talk about it throughout this whole video. But the reason why I've chosen Flywheel is because they take care of all the virus scanning and also any malicious code. They deal with that. So I don't want to be in a situation where for this website, I'm stuck now doing trying to troubleshoot when things go wrong. And also for those of you who are paying monthly, I don't want to be in a situation where I let you down because the site is down, or maybe there's some viruses or malicious code on the site. So Flywheel is, I would say, my go-to, because they do this behind the scenes. I only need to worry about my website and that's it, okay? It's slightly more expensive, and that is why I don't really push it as an option for designing your websites, because if you're just designing a basic website where you're just you're just learning and your website doesn't have a lot of traffic and you don't need a lot of things going on with it, then in-motion hosting, I mean, I would say that is good to start off with. But once your website becomes very Yes, I've also got a comment here from Daryl Wilson saying it's pretty good. Most hosting companies don't fix malware. That is correct, and this is one of the most important things. So, one of the headaches that you can get as someone who's designing a website is trying to scan your website to find where all this malware is. So I've been in that situation before, and it is really, really terrible. It takes a lot of your time to try and troubleshoot, especially if you're new to the game and you don't really know how to scan. So there are companies out there that you can get in touch with that can do this for you, but they charge a fortune because obviously they know you're desperate and you really want to get your website up and running. So by getting that side of things covered, the viruses and malware covered by the hosting company, it leaves me now time to just work on creating the content and supporting all the members in the website. I mean, on the website. So that is why Flywheel is my option there. Okay, so moving on. In fact, let me just show you Flywheel and their website here. Okay, so these are their plans. So it's $14 per month. As you can see, it's quite expensive compared to the other hosting companies out there, because some of them they're like $5 a month, but this is like 3 times that. So this one here is for 1 WordPress install, 5,000 monthly visits, free SSL certificate, and then if you want to get in CDN, you also have to add a $10 there. So you can see here it's a bit expensive. Over here, I mean, you also have options to go with many sites. Now this is for like freelancers and agencies, and this is what I recommend as well. If you're going into freelancing or you have a small agency, this will be the option because again, as I mentioned, you don't want to be spending time troubleshooting, websites that have been hacked and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is Flywheel. In fact, I was clicking on the manual. On the annual fee. So it's $15 a month right here, okay, for one WordPress install. Okay, so moving on, we've spoken about the hosting, the theme, and also LearnDash. So moving on, let's talk about the colors, okay? So the colors that I chose to go with here, in fact, the tool that I use is Coolers. I think I've mentioned this in one of my live streams. So all I do here is to click on this button which says explore. So this is where I get to choose the color palettes. Okay, so a color palette here is very, very important because you want to use colors that work well together, and you also want to use colors that convey the idea of the website that you're building, because once you mess up the color stage, I mean, everything else just, gets messed up. So getting this right in the beginning is very, very important. So this website, Coolers, I think is the best because it's quite quick to customize your colors and also save them. Okay, so let me just check here and see if we have any comments or questions so far. Okay, looks like... Okay, fine. Let me carry on. Right. So this is what I use. So let me show you how I came up with my color palette. So I came over here to search. First I started off with exploring. So you can just hit the space bar and this just comes up with random colors or random color palettes that work well together. As you can see here, I'm just hitting the space bar. So this is pretty cool just to go in roughly to see what colors work well together. But what I did now is I searched for a theme and then used that to customize it. Okay, so let me just show you what I did. So if I come over here to explore and then you click on search. Now here I just searched for the word happy. Or you can choose, excitement or excited. Okay, so this is going to take a while to load. I think that is because I'm also streaming. Right, so the reason why I'm going with a happy theme is I want Mak University to be like a place where it's fun, it's exciting. When you get in, it's bright, it's vibrant. So that's the sort of like feel that I want to have on Mak University. So rather than have all these corporate colors, I want to go into a different angle here and just make it look lively, exciting. So you'll notice here that I've chosen yellow or bright yellow as my main color here. So this is the main sort of color that I'm going with. Now for my fonts, I'm going to be using this dark gray and light gray. And for my links and buttons, I'll be using this blue. Okay, so this is going to be my sort of like complementary color throughout the palette. Now, throughout the whole website, I will not be using white, so I'm choosing to go with this very light gray. Okay, so this is the color that I'll be going with. Now, when you look at it like this, it doesn't look like the palette is exciting. But once you put, you start putting things together, you're going to start noticing that the layout and the way the colors are used is going to look much better. Now, when it comes to the shades of this deep lemon, I like the way these colors here are named. So for example, this one here is outer space, white smoke, dark jungle green. So I really like that. But these are the colors I'm going to be using to go on with this. Now, sometimes when you choose a palette, so let's say you go with, these are the results that I've come up. when I search for happy. So let's say you want to go with, okay, I'm just going to choose a random one here. I'll go with this one here. So if I click here on view, so this one is called happy warm. So when you choose this one here, you are able to go into the colors themselves and make some adjustments, in there. So that is, the reason why I really like this option. Right. So I'm just going to take a quick look here at the comments. Oh yes, Toronto Hotspot says, love the colors. Awesome, thank you. Astra is pretty fast theme as well. It is very light. Yes, I agree with that, and that's the the main reason why I chose Astra. It's really, really fast, so it's really, really cool. Right, so moving on. In fact, this is really slow. Okay, what I'll do is I'll do the demo on my color palette. Okay, so if you wanted to make some changes here on this color palette, all you have to do is to click on the color itself, and then you can click on adjust, and this is where now you can play around with the slider and choose the colors. Okay, now notice that the colors here on this spectrum work well with the palette, so it locks everything down for you when it comes to the colors that you're going to be choosing here. Okay, so I'm just going to bring it down here to dark jungle green and just leave it like that, and then you can go to each and every one of these and make some customizations. So let's say this bright color here, it needs to be adjusted. I can make it even more vibrant here by just increasing the saturation, so you can see here it's now Mikado yellow. So I think I'm going to go with that, and also you can lock the colors just to make sure that you don't accidentally click or change them. So once you're done with that, there's several things that you can do. You can actually export the color palette. So over here we have an option to export. So if you click here, you can export it as a PDF. You can also have a URL, PNG as well. So by exporting it here as a PDF means now you have all your colors here. Okay, so that is really cool. So as you're designing your website, you can just keep this open, and then you can just copy your hexadecimal value like that as you're applying your colors onto the palette. Right, great. So now that we have this, the next stage now is to add the colors onto the theme itself. Okay, so I hope everyone is with me so far. Is everyone following me, and are we on the same page with what I'm going through at the moment? Any questions so far in regards to what we're going through? Okay, Kirk says yes. Okay, awesome. Okay. Toronto says perfecto. Okay, great. All right, so let's move on. So once now you have all your colors in place, it's important now to make sure that you get all your colors, add them onto the theme, because this is where now it makes it easier to access those colors as you're adding elements to your website. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch back over here to my page. Okay, so I'm just going to come here to my site. So what I'm going to do now is to go to the Divi plugin options. Right, so here I just want to make sure that my API key is in. In fact, let me just check here. Okay, my API key is in, so that's great. So that means if I need to make any changes here, I mean if I get any updates, I'll be able to go in and automatically get those updates. So that is really, really cool. And then over here on the post type integration, what I normally do here is I just leave these, by default, and over here on the advanced as well, I just leave this, as it is. Now this product tour, I don't really need that, so I'm just going to, disable the product tour like that. And then here is your Divi library. At the moment, I don't have anything in the Divi library. And then we also have the role editor. Again, I don't really touch this because I'm going to be the main person working on this website. So I'll leave that as it is. Right. So the next stage now is to take a look now at the actual theme. So I'm going to come over here to Appearance, click on Themes. In fact, we have Astra Options here. So I'm going to click here on Astra Options. So this is where now you get to customize, your layout. So here you can set your, you can upload your logo and set, the background colors. So those colors now that we chose from here, this is where now you can start copying your colors and start adding them onto the base colors here. So you can see the theme color. So I can start off by maybe adding this dark color, this dark green here as my theme color. But of course, I can always go in and change them whenever I want. And then here for the link color, I'm going to come back over here, choose my link color. So I'm just going to use this blue as my link color. Okay, so I'm going to paste this here. My text color, I'm going to come back over here as well. And I'm going to use this light gray here as my text color. Paste it. Okay, for the link hover color, what I'll do here is I'm just going to go again and choose the lighter version of this color. Okay, so that's just to let people know that it is a hover color. So what I normally do is I just paste it and then I just make it lighter by just dragging the slider down a bit. Okay, right. So the background color here is going to be this very light gray. So again, I'm going to copy that because as I mentioned earlier on, I won't be using white as my background color. Okay, so I'll be using this very light gray as my background color. Great, so now that I have all that set, now I can hit publish. Okay, so now let's take a look at our website and see, what it looks like so far. Oh, in fact, before I do that, let me show you the pages that I created. So I'm just going to exit out of this and go to my pages. Right, so these are the pages that I created. So become a member, contact, courses, free tutorials, the homepage, login, my dashboard, privacy policy. In fact, I don't need the sample page, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to trash that. And then I also have the support page. Great. So now let's take a look at the site itself. So I just loaded a pre-made layout here, but of course, we don't need that at all. So all my links here are now here at the top, which is great. And I haven't added a logo yet. So all I have is just this basic layout. Now, how do we set this page so that we don't have this sidebar on the actual page? So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So back here on Astra Options, we're going to go to, in fact, we also have some layout options here, which is great. So we can assign our layouts to all our pages. So let me start off here with the container. Okay, so the container is where all your content is stored. So at the moment, you can see here my default container is set to boxed. Now this is not what we need, and because this is what is shown at the moment. So I'm going to come over here on this drop down and click on full width contained. And you'll notice in a moment that things are going to change. Now, container for pages, I'm going to come over here. Now, at the moment, it's set to default. So I'm going to say full width contained. Great. And then container for blog posts. Again, I'm going to say full width contained. Okay. So now that our container has been set, I'm just going to hit publish. And then I'm just going to go back over here and go to my sidebar. Right, so the default setting here is to have a sidebar on my website. Now, to be honest, I don't find sidebars very, very important nowadays. So I prefer, laying out all my content the way I want it rather than have the sidebar detect that. So I'm just going to say no sidebar. Okay, so now the sidebar is gone. And then here for my pages, I can also say no sidebar. Okay, so all my pages now on my website will not have a sidebar. Okay, and let me just see here. Okay, so everything seems to be okay here. And also for the blog posts, I'm going to say no sidebar because I'm going to have custom pages that I create for my blog posts. Okay, so this layout that I have here from the layout pack, I just added this here just to have something on the page as I'm making these customizations. So now my sidebar is set. I'm going to click on publish. Right, so I'm just going to go back here again. And the footer, I can design the footer at a later stage. I won't design the footer at the moment, okay? So back over here, we also have colors and background. So this is where we added our base colors, okay? And we can also set our footer colors. So at the moment, I'm just going to leave the footer colors as they are. In fact, I need to go back here onto the layout as well and just go back to the container. So what I want to do here is to just make it full width stretched so that whatever design I add into these pages here, it goes edge to edge. Okay, so now we see that whatever we're going to add here, it's going to go edge to edge. Okay, so here, in fact, I'll just say full width contained. But for my pages, I want all this stretched. Right, so I'm going to go back here and let's take a look at what else we can customize. So we have typography here. So this is where you can choose your base typography. Again, this is very, very, very important. Having to set up your typography right in the beginning is important. So you need to choose the fonts you're going to use throughout your whole website. So if you tune into my live shows, as I was doing the reviews, you noticed that I was talking a lot about the fonts, saying that you need to have like one type of font family and then just use different variations of the font weights. I mean, that creates an aesthetically pleasing site because you're not introducing a lot of fonts into your website. You want to keep it nice and clean. Okay, so before we move on to the fonts here, I just want to take a quick look and see if we have any questions so far. Brenda here says, love the cooler site. Yes, it is brilliant. Right. Okay, so I guess I will continue here. There isn't quite a lot of questions. I hope we're all on the same page and I'm not moving too fast. If I am, please do let me know. And also, if you have any questions so far throughout what we're doing, please do let me know in the comments box. Okay, so moving on. Let me go back here to the site. Okay, so here on... Okay, the font family, this is where you can get to choose, the fonts that we're going to use. So, there's quite a lot here to choose from. The only thing that I think this theme could have done is to give you like a preview of what these fonts look like. But you can always go to the Google Fonts page and take a look at the fonts there. And once you find the font that you want to use, you can always come back here and then choose it here from the list. Okay, so the font I'm looking for here is Poppin, so I'm going to select it. So that's going to be like my font family. I won't need to worry about the variant here, and the font weight here is fine. So my font size, the default is going to be 16. The line height, I'll say 1.2. But you can always go back in and customize it and change things around here. Okay, I'm going to publish this. So right now, just by changing my font, it has been updated here, as you can see here on the top and also in my layout, which is great. Right. now here, this is where you can go to your primary header and set, the sizes of these links. But I'm not going to do that right now. And then here on the content, again, you can set your heading size, your font size, your heading 2, and so on. So this is quite cool because you can do all these changes by coming over here to the typography section. Okay, so once you set all the typography stuff, pretty much, you're good to go. It's time now to go into your site and start building your pages. Right, so there's one thing that I also need to take a look here, because I think there's an option where I can get rid of the page titles on the pages globally. So I'm just going to take a quick look here because I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Right, if not, it can be done in the page itself anyways. Homepage settings, let's take a look. Okay, it's not that. Anyways, once I get to it, I will let you know how that works. Okay, so now I'm just going to go to my pages. Click on all pages. Now, if you use the Divi theme, it may be that it's quite scary, how it is to use the actual theme and also use the Divi Builder plugin. So let me just show you how that works, because the first time I used this, I was panicking as well because I wasn't sure if this was going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the layout for now. Okay. So if you come to your page here, you can still go to your default editor or Visual Builder. So if you click on Visual Builder, this will take you into the builder itself. Now, as you can see, we have all the same options. We have build from scratch, choose a pre-made layout, clone existing page. So if I come over here to choose pre-made layout, I still have all the options here to choose whatever layout that I need to go with. So you won't see a major difference here when it comes to using the Astra theme and the Divi Builder plugin. Okay, so all your features are still there, and it's also updated regularly, which is brilliant. So here you can see this comes on by default. I mean, this page title. So to get rid of that, you just need to go into Edit Page, and then over here there's an option to disable the title. Okay, so you can see it here, disable title. So if I click on update, and now if I go to use Visual Builder, and let's say I choose a pre-made layout and I go with this one here. Now my layout is edge to edge. There's no page titles, so everything is now good. Okay, so this is fantastic. It's when it comes to having that same sort of like feel that you have when you design your websites with the Divi theme itself. So the only thing now that we need to customize here is the header, which is controlled by the theme, and also the footer, which is also controlled by the theme. Now, this Astra theme is really, really powerful. In fact, it has quite a lot of features. If I come back over here, let me see if I can see an option to go to the actual Astra website. So right now, I'm just going to wpastra.com. So this is the main website. Right, so if I come over here to the Pro features, so this is what you can do with this theme. I mean, it's amazing. So we have transparent headers. You can white label this. You also have custom blog layouts. You also have site layouts. I think we covered this when I was doing the layouts of how you can have your pages shown. It also has WooCommerce integration. It has a sticky header, page headers. We also have more colors to add into the color palette. Typography, we've covered that. It's really good. The custom layouts, I've also used this custom layouts. I think this is a really, really good option because you can design your pages in such a way that you can have certain layouts for specific pages. So that is really good. Scroll to the top. Yeah, that's fine. You can also have header sections, more header designs. So here you can also have a mega menu. I've tried it. I think this is really, really good. So that's something that comes with this as well. Okay, so these are the examples of the site layouts. So this is what we went through: the boxed, full width, padded, fluid, and so on. So as a base theme, I think this is really good. And it's not very expensive as well. The link to that is in the description. You can go ahead and take a look at that. So it is very, very powerful and very fast. Right, so if you click on buy now here, I think, okay, Astra Pro is $59 and this is yearly, okay? And you can use this for unlimited websites, which I think is brilliant. Okay, so we've covered quite a lot here. Let me just take a quick look at the questions. Toronto Hotspots here says, also all your typography will be handled by Astra. Yes, that's right. So your base typography will be handled by Astra. However, having said that, the Divi plugin also, you can go into the Divi plugin and set specific fonts in there as well. So you have, both to work with, but overall by default, the Astra theme is, will have your base typography. And then if you want to change any fonts while you're building your website with the builder, you can always go in and choose specific fonts in the Divi builder. Okay. Shanu says, I have a question out of this topic. Can we insert other plugins function in the Divi builder? Insert other plugins function in Divi Builder. No, the Divi Builder plugin is only there to help you lay out your page. So it just lays out your page, colors, images, the basic layout and how things work. So there's no need to actually add something into the Divi builder. However, having said that, there are extensions or extra plugins that work well with the Divi builder. So like maybe extra functions. I can't think of any plugins on top of my head right now, but there's quite a few developers that develop plugins that extend the power of Divi itself. So if that's what you're asking, yes, it's possible. But outside that, like I don't think there's any plugins out there that actually work that you can add plugin functionality into the builder itself. So if you wanted, like a specific function for from the plugin, you can install that plugin separately. But the builder is mainly just to build your website and make it look awesome. So I hope I've answered that question. Okay, cool. So moving on. Let's take a look here. Okay, so let's continue. So I'm just going to go back here to my page. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about the plugins. So the plugin that I'm using for to control the membership is called MemberPress. So this plugin again is really, really cool. I'll just agree to this and then I'll just show you quickly how to add the members. Okay. So this plugin is really, really cool. I've used it on Divi University. It's very, very easy to use. I know Toronto Hotspots also suggested that I use, what was this? I think it's called Restrict Content, I think. Yeah, when I had a look at that as well, it's really, really powerful. And I think, they are very, very close into when it comes to functionality. So that's also another plugin that I would recommend. But in this case, I'll just use MemberPress because I have a lifetime, a license with them, which allows me to build 10 websites. So that's what I use here. Right. So to create your memberships, it's quite straightforward. You just click on Add New. So this is where you can just give your membership a title. So you can just call this maybe VIP, for example. Here is where you set the price. So let's say it's $19 per month. Okay, so this is where you choose your billing cycle. So you can choose one time or recurring. So if this is recurring, you can set it like that, and then custom. This is where we choose monthly. Trial period. If you want to set a trial period, you can always set it here. Limit payment cycles, you can also do that if you want, but these two normally you just leave them as they are. So once you've done that, pretty much that's it. You've set your membership here. Now this is your registration page. So you can enable a thank you page. So this is the page that people see after they sign up. So you can customize all these pages here. And over here, you can also add your payment methods. Now, as you can see, no payment methods here are found because I haven't set them. So the idea here is I'm going to be using PayPal and Stripe just to make things easier for people. So if you use PayPal, you'll be able to use PayPal to do that. And if you have a credit card or a debit card, you can always use Stripe. Okay, so you want to make it very easy, for people to sign up and make those payments. Okay, so that's going to be the membership, right? Now, when it comes to the courses, this is going to be slightly different. I'm going to be using a service called Katra. Now, Katra is an all-in-one marketing platform. It allows me to, in fact, let me go to the page here so I can show you where it is. Right, my internet is quite slow. Okay, let me explain why Katra. So when it comes to handling, my autoresponders and my email lists, I was using ConvertKit. But the thing is, although ConvertKit is very, very good and very, very powerful, and that's what I would recommend, to be honest, for a lot of you that are starting up, if you want to build a membership website or a website that hosts courses. But the limitation to ConvertKit is it doesn't have the shopping cart. So this is very, very important. So the shopping cart is where, when people choose like the course they want to buy, it takes them to a checkout page. And then on that checkout page, you can also have upsells. So people can upsell, you can upsell them to maybe another course or discount on that course. So this is the system that I use. It's called Katra. So it does all of that. It takes care of all my subscriptions, my mailing list, my autoresponder. If you want, you can give it a try. It's $1 for 14 days, and again, I have a link in the show notes. So it's really, really powerful. So it also has campaigns. So if you're someone that wants to build campaigns, let's say you want to launch a course, like in my case, I could go in here and set all my campaigns in this software. It also has pages, but to be honest, I don't use these pages because Divi has a much superior page builder. So this one here, I found it very confusing, so I don't even bother touching that. Okay, so the main thing I come over here for is just the membership and autoresponders, and these are automated emails as well. So you can set up automations for it, and also send your emails. And they also have an option here to host the videos that you create. So that's also another feature that I'll be using. So my videos will be hosted here, and of course they won't be on YouTube. So because YouTube will be open to everyone else. So the analytics as well is also powerful using Katra. So as you can see here, you can see all your subscriptions. If people are buying your product, you can always see like how much you've made, all in that dashboard. So this is the option that I went for because I just wanted things, to be easier for me. Everything needs to be central when I'm having this up and running. Because the last thing I want to do is to spend a lot of time, troubleshooting and going to different websites to make things work. So in the beginning, I spoke about the hosting. Yes, there are several options that I could go with the hosting, but it's about making things easier for me because I'm a one-man band, so I don't have a crew behind me to help me with this. So I want to spend very little time trying out things and troubleshooting problems. So that's also the reason why I chose Kartra. It's slightly expensive as well, but it does the job. It's an all-in-one package. So that is why I chose Kartra. Okay, moving on here. In fact, let me take a look here if we have any questions. Will Divi add custom header builder in this feature? Yes. Yes. Shanur, the answer to that question is yes. So Divi is going to add the header and the footer option to design. The option to design the header and the footer. So that's going to be coming up in an update soon. And I think once the Gutenberg builder is out, it's going to be we're going to be going through all these updates much quicker. But this Gutenberg, I don't know if you've heard about this. They've pushed the date again further down, so it's going to be on the 27th now. But I think once Gutenberg is out and everything is stable and everything is working fine, all these updates are going to be pushed out. But definitely the answer to your question is custom header settings is going to be definitely there. You will be able to do it as you said, as Elementor does. Okay, so that's going to be in and that's going to be coming soon. Fantastic. Okay, so moving on. Let's take a look here and let's discuss. Okay, so I've gone through how to set up the membership. So once you set up the membership, in fact, let me go to my page here so you can see it. Right. So once you set up your membership here, if you click on this link, this becomes the registration link. So this is pretty cool. So if you click here on register VIP, so that's to register for the actual membership. So right now it's saying free. In fact, let me go back and check why it says free. Oh, I haven't published it. Okay. Right, so I've just published it. So if I click here on the registration link, you can see here the terms are $19 per month. It's very easy to set up. It's very clean, as you can see. But what I will be doing now to all these pages is I will be going and customizing this page, making it look nicer with the colors of the brand and all that good stuff. And as you can see here, the font has been pushed throughout the whole website nicely. So I'm really cool, happy with that. It makes this really nice. Okay, so now we have this. So what you also want to do is to have a specific page where you have like a landing page where you promote this actual membership. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come here to my pages, click on add new. So I'm going to call this page membership promo. Okay, so this is the promotion that I'm going to have on Saturday and also on Black Friday. Okay, so I'm going to build this page here. So this page will not have a header and a footer. So I'm going to disable the footer here, disable the featured image, disable the title, and disable the header as well. So this is just going to be purely a landing page. Okay, so how I would do this now is I will just click on use visual builder and I'll just load a layout here. I'm just going to choose a pre-made layout. And let me see which one I can go with. I want something so basic, okay? So let me go with this Seo Layout Pack and then I can just make some changes to it, okay? So this is the landing. So I'm gonna click on use this layout. So this is just giving me a good starting point, because this is going to save me time in creating all these landing pages, from scratch. So by just starting off with a pre-made layout, this will be actually easier for me to start building this page. So as you can see, there's no heading on the top, and if I scroll down here, there's no footer. Great. So here I'm just going to delete the stuff that I don't need. So a lot of this stuff here I'm not going to need for sure. And then this is where my title needs to go. So I'm just going to go here into my section settings, and then I'm just going to filter and go to modified styles. So this background image here, I'm definitely not going to need that. And this is where I get to add my own colors. Okay. Right, so this will be my base. So I may use my yellow here. Where is that color? Okay, it's right here. Right, so if I go back here into my background, so this is where I paste my color. And the one thing that I also noticed here is when you use the Divi Builder plugin, you can't snap the settings over here to the left, but that's fine. You can always move this around. Now you can see here how this yellow here looks really, really nice. I'm going to save this, and then this is where my text is going to go. So in here, I can just say special offer. Okay, now I'm going to come here and choose my color. So I'm going to go with this dark one. So as you start designing your website, this is where you get to see, how your colors are going to look as you're designing your site. So over here, let me start with the heading. So if I come over here to the color, paste my color in here, you can see here that looks really nice. I can always go in and also do the same to that part. Great. And then this color here for the button, for my color palette. So as you can see, okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Right, so as you can see, this looks really cool. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to add a video. Okay, so I'm just going to add my video here. Okay, so that's going to be my video. I'm going to save this for now. And then I'm just going to go in and in fact, I think I'll leave it as it is. Okay, so that's going to be my video. Now, if I don't want to have this button, I can always go in and delete that button. But this is going to be sort of like my my basic layout with my main color. Now, over here is where I'm going to add, instead of saying services, I'm going to list things that you're going to get with the membership. Okay, and then the bottom here, in fact, we won't need this one here, so I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that reports. Okay, I might need that. And then at one point, in fact, this is going to be like the FAQ. So if that's fine, I'll leave the FAQ there in case people want to ask me questions. Now this part here, I won't need. I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of this one here, and get rid of the blog because this is not time to promote the blog. And I don't need this as well. So pretty much I've gotten rid of, all the sections that I don't need. So this is going to be like my main page where I talk about the offer itself, why you should join Mak University. Over here, I'm going to talk about the benefits of what you get when you join the membership. And then over here, is where I'm going to add in fact, let me delete this and add 2 columns. Okay. So I'm going to add the pricing table. I'm going to select that. Okay, so that's my pricing table there. So here I will have the offer, which is going to be $9, and 19 is going to be like the ongoing. So I'll go in again and add, those features in there, right? And then over here is where I would add, like more information about the membership. So pretty much this will be like my starting point. Let me just save this. And in fact, you know what? What I'm going to do is let me add another section here, another row. Add some text into it. A text module. And then I'm just going to save this and drag this to the top. Right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get rid of some of this text. So this is going to be like my main title. I'm going to center this. So I'm going to go into text orientation, and then center this, okay? And then I'm going to make this text even bigger. And then for the font weight, I'm just going to make it bold. Okay, so this is going to be like my main title there, and then this is going to be the supporting description over here, and that's going to be the video that's going to have my explanations. Now already I can see this doesn't look really nice because I haven't added my color, so I'm just going to copy my color and paste it here. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my text, click here and paste my color just like that. So now you can see there's a big difference there. Okay. So my main title is going to go here, and then this is going to be my description, my video that's going to explain things, and then over here is going to be the benefits that you're going to get when you sign up with Mak University. Okay, right. So as I mentioned, this is going to be a promo. So this page will not be on the normal navigation. So as you can see, if I exit the Visual Builder, this page here does not have a header and a footer to it. Okay, so it's going to be a landing page. So this is the page that I'll be sending out as a promotion on Saturday on the live show, and also on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Okay, and if we go back here to our main website, you'll notice that you will not see that page here on the navigation. Great. Right, so all is good. I'm just going to take a quick look here and see if we have any questions. Wow, it looks like there's quite a lot of questions here. Tamil, I don't know what this is about. Brenda says, I have not heard of Katra. I'll definitely be checking it out. Yes, Katra is amazing. It's all in one. You can control your emails, your email autoresponder, your shopping cart. You can also do memberships on the site, but I don't recommend that because, to be honest, if you want to set up your own website running WordPress and Divi, you want to take control of everything. So the only external thing that I use, which I can't do with my website, is the email autoresponders and also the shopping cart. So this is why Katra is like an all-in-one. It's fantastic, and it's also, the guys behind it are like Andy Jenkins, Frank Kern. I don't know if you have heard about these guys. They're like marketing gurus. It's brilliant. If you've heard of ClickFunnels, it's kind of like does what ClickFunnels does, but with a lot more features. Okay, right. Let's take a look here. Yes, Toronto Hotspot has a quick question here saying, when importing a layout from Divi, does it override the typography settings or pick up from Astra? Right, I haven't tried that, but I think it. If you import a layout, I've done this with the normal builder. Normally, the layout comes in and retains its fonts Okay, so in this case, I'll have to try it out and let you know. But that's a very good question. Is $18 the price you decided on? How did you come up with that price? Now, I haven't decided the price yet. I'm still debating on the price for the membership. So I don't know. It's that's going to be a tough one, to be honest, with the pricing. But if I decide to go with, let's say, $18 or $19, or if I make it higher, it's going to depend on how much value I'm going to be adding onto this, because I want this to be balanced. The time I'm going to be spending on putting a lot of value into the membership is going to be very important for me. So I don't want to charge, let's say $19 or even higher, $27, and you don't see me in the membership, or I don't do any updates, or I don't put any content in there. So the idea here is to make sure that whatever price I'm going to do it needs to be in balance. If I'm going to make the price a bit lower, it means that I'll also it will also be balanced in terms of how I'm active on the platform, and in terms of the free giveaways, and the courses and all that good stuff. So it's going to be balanced, but I haven't decided yet. So if I'm going to cut down my YouTube videos by half, it means that then I can create a lot more like mini courses, because this is the idea that I was thinking about after the Saturday show. Having mini courses, I think, is going to be huge. Like, let's say you want to learn how to use pods, for example, or you want to learn how to do dynamic content. So instead of creating a whole, massive course on how to do that, I'm just going to be creating like mini courses on how to use pods, mini courses on how to use or how to create a dynamic website. So these will be like mini courses all over the place. And I think this will benefit quite a lot of you. And if you think it's a good idea, please let me know. But I think this will benefit quite a lot of you, because creating these long courses take time. So I would think if I were to create like mini courses in the membership, these will help quite a lot of people there. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Okay. I'm just going to refresh this page because I think something is stuck here. Right, I've just got a response here from Toronto Hotspot saying mini courses is perfect, focused and fast. Yeah, I would think that would be great as well. And as I mentioned as well, I will be taking a lot of feedback from the members. So if you have any suggestions on courses that you want me to create, I mean, these are the quick courses that I'll be creating, and these will be purely for the members. And anyone that wants to buy these courses outside the membership, there'll be a set price, but it will be worth it to be part of the membership, because the membership or the members will be getting access to pretty much everything. And then outside the membership, you'll be paying per course. And like for example, the web design formula that I spoke about, if you remember, you have free access to that and also the updates to that course. But if you're buying it without being a member, it's going to be about $497. So if you really think about it, buying these individual courses in the long run will cost a lot more. So it will be much, cheaper and easier to join the membership. And also in the membership, there'll be live Q&As. We're going to be having like hangouts where, like all the members can be featured on the show as well, and we can ask questions. So I'm looking at also possibilities of integrating things like Zoom, where those of you that are on the show will have your webcam on, and you can ask me questions, and it will be more like a one-to-one sort of like situation, rather than you just typing your comments and your questions in the comments box. Okay, so these are the ideas. In fact, I'll run these ideas by everyone and see how that goes. Kirk says mini course sounds good. I like more focus on membership and less free. Okay, I think that's a very good point. Focusing more on the membership, I think that would be a better option, because the free stuff, to be honest, although it's good for my branding purposes, it doesn't really make me money, to be honest. So once the membership is up and running, more of my efforts now will be in the membership. I mean, I may even have a forum, to be honest, where we'll have our own community in there where you can ask questions, inspiration, where we talk about this project that we're working on, pushing each other. If anyone is stuck, we can all help each other as a community. So I'm really excited about this, and that's the vision that I have with this membership. I want us to all become successful in all our web design and even our online marketing as we build our website. So let me take a look here. Monique here says the login page, will it be under LearnDash or is it under MemberPress? Right, I haven't spoken about the login. So the login will be controlled by MemberPress. Okay, so MemberPress will be controlling all the logins, but I will talk about this in a few minutes. Okay, it looks like quite a lot of you like the idea of the mini course, which is great. Monique also says, I agree with Kirk. Brilliant. Brenda also says, yes. Oh, that's really nice. Monique says, you've done a lot for free. Time to be compensated. Oh, thank you for that. Brenda also says, oh, I love the idea of mini courses, and I hope it's all video driven. Yes, absolutely. Now, because web design is mainly visual, I think videos is going to be the main way forward. But if some of you prefer the written stuff, it does take longer. But if it's something that you prefer, that's the route that we'll take. But to be honest, I would say video based is the way forward here, because most of you seem to like the way the videos are laid out and the way I teach via video. So it is going to be video based for sure. Toronto Hotspot says you should stay active on YouTube to bring the clients to the membership. Yes, I'm not abandoning the YouTube completely, but it's just that I'll be balancing the time now. So instead of having 80% YouTube, I would say maybe 40% YouTube, 60% membership, because I really want to keep all the members happy and make sure that I'm providing a lot of value for for that membership. So that's the plan. Brenda says, is web design formula the second level course for Divi? Absolutely, yes. So that's the second level. So that's the course now that integrates all the the design aspects of it, the SEO, how to get traffic to your website, how to create your blog. But in the design section of this, yes, we are going to be going a lot deeper into color theory, typography, layouts, contrast. So all the graphic design elements are all going to be in the web design formula. So yes, this is going to be the level up, because I think these tools that we have, although they are really powerful, I don't think people are really using them from the design perspective. So this is why the web design formula, I think, is going to be powerful. As I mentioned on Saturday, a website really is supposed to be a place. It's like your hub. So it needs to look aesthetically pleasing. You need to drive traffic to it so people know that your website is around. It needs to be designed in a beautiful way. It needs to be easy to navigate, easy to use. And also you need to be, creating content for your website in a really, really nice and professional way. So these are the things that I'll be going through as well. Right. Kirk says we can take notes. You don't need to write everything down. Right. Okay, brilliant. So moving on, let's go through the final few things now for setting up this website. Right. So Monique asked a very good question here in terms of how the login works. So I'm just going to go back here to my site. Just to, okay, where is it? Okay, back over here on the dashboard. Okay, so the login, so I'm just going to come over here to MemberPress and just show you. So over here on, I think it's options. Right, so here on MemberPress, we can set our pages. So you can see here we have the login page. So right now it's not, it's currently not set, but it's you can auto create a new page. But I would prefer to create my own login page. But as you can see, it's going to be controlled by MemberPress, okay? Because MemberPress is what's going to be giving us the access to several parts of the website, okay? And also, one thing I should also mention here is, let's say someone is trying to get access to, let's say the templates that I create for the members. Now, they can see it, but as soon as they try to download it, it's going to give them an error message to say you need to be a member for you to download these templates. And then I'll add a link to that, how to become a member, okay? So that's how this is going to be set. We're also going to have the account page where you can go in and cancel your subscription. You can also pause it if you want to. So this is going to be really, exciting, because I don't want an option where, let's say you're away on holiday and you want to continue, and the system sets you to continue paying for the membership. I don't think that'll be fair. But again, if this option is going to be abused, it's something that I may remove, because I don't want a situation where people pause their subscription and then come back and then let's say miss like 4 or 5 months and then come back when I've added a ton of content onto the page and then stop the subscription again. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, but initially I'll leave it on there just to be fair to those of you that maybe want to take a holiday off maybe for a month and want to come back. They can pause the membership, okay? So that's something that I'll be adding on to this. Over here on the account, this is where you can add your login and log out information. And then the fields here, I don't normally use this. This here is very, very important, because this is where you get to add your payment options. So this is where you can add your PayPal and also your Stripe information, okay? Here, this is really powerful now. This is where you can your emails are. So when someone signs up to become a member, you get this welcome email. So you can go in and actually edit it, okay? So this is the welcome email. I'll just drag this down so you can see it. So it says you can log in here using the username and password, okay? So that's the welcome email. Send payment receipt notice. So again, here that's your payment receipt, your canceled subscription notice. So there's a ton of emails in here, okay? So you can see here you're notified every time something happens. Like this one here is your automatic payments have been stopped, and then it tells you your subscriber number and the website itself, and it gives you the status and all this information here. Okay, right now we have all these brackets in there because this will be populated once you are a member, and this will be will show all the terms and everything that goes in there. Okay, so it has everything. Look, it also has the refund transaction, the failed transactions, credit card expiring notice. I think this is really cool because I always forget my my expiration date for my credit card. So having it here and you being reminded, okay, I think this is really cool. So here you can see it says your credit card is expiring on, and then it gives you, the time and gives you all that information there. So it will keep you updated, keep you notified. And here, this is for the admin. I can also get emails once a new member signs up. So I think that's really cool. I also get emails when someone cancels, and so on. So this MemberPress is really, really powerful. And then for marketing here, this is where you're able to connect MemberPress to, let's say, ConvertKit, if you want to use ConvertKit. So it's very easy, to come in here and integrate that. And then over here, this is where you can add your business name, your address, your city, country, and so on. Right. So that's our MemberPress. Now, there is also a plugin that I think is very, very important. This is like your lead generator. I use Thrive Leads because it integrates very well with ConvertKit and Katra as well. So what Thrive Leads is when you go to a website and there's like a pop-up which says sign up to get this deal or sign up to get notified when new tutorials are released. Now that's the pop-up I'm talking about. So Thrive Leads has this drag and drop builder where you can build these pop-ups the way you want to create it. So there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to building these pop-ups. So that's also one of the themes, one of the plugins that I use for that. And then finally, in terms of the plugins here, I also have Pretty Links. Now, Pretty Links, I use that for URL shorteners. So instead of having these, crazy, URL long names, what I do is I use Pretty Links, and then it just becomes, let's say, my website name, macuniversity.com/divi. And then that could be my affiliate link. And in fact, if you take a look at the show notes, you'll notice that the links to the affiliates here are just financialfreedom.tv/learn-/flywheel/divi. So that's the URL shortener that I'm using. But this is really powerful because if you want to do affiliate marketing, in fact, I'll have a course on how to get started with affiliate marketing. These are the things that I'll be covering if you want to set up your website as running affiliates. So these are all the things that I'll be adding in there. Right, there's quite a few. Right, let me just take a look at this. Ashraf says, the LMS plugin, Ashraf, that I'll be using is going to be Learn Dash. So that's the LMS plugin that I'll be using, okay? I've also spoken about this in the beginning of or throughout this live stream. Brenda says the welcome email comes from LearnDash, not the system in Katra. Okay, so here's the thing. The welcome email comes from MemberPress. Okay, so when you sign up to become a member, the system has automated emails that welcome you in, giving you a link to the sign up page and all that good stuff. In fact, let me show you quickly where that is. Okay, so if I go back over here to my site, right, so this is where this is. So the welcome email here is controlled by MemberPress, as you can see here, okay? So that's where all our emails are. So as soon as someone signs up for the membership, you get this welcome email, and then it tells you where to log in, and it also gives you your username and password, okay? So this is coming from MemberPress. Now, I know why you're probably asking these questions because it might be a bit confusing. So when it comes to the courses themselves, right? This is where now I'll be using Kartra, okay? So Kartra will be controlling the courses. So as soon as someone buys a course using the checkout page on Kartra, because it's really nice, it's beautiful. Once they buy from that, you can set things in Kartra to give you like a redirect. So once someone pays, you can give them a redirect page to the registration page of that course, which is run by MemberPress, okay? And then after you've done that, you can have now an automated system in Kartra where you can say, right, your welcome email. You can also have, you know, an email that after, let's say, a few days, you can ask, you know, if everything is okay. After, you know, let's say a week, you can also, you know, ask anyone that has taken that course how things are going. So this can also be done in Kartra, but I am separating these two. So the membership itself is going to be run using MemberPress. Now, although MemberPress will also be limiting access to my courses, that side of things will be run using Kartra because that's where I'll be building my mailing list. So I hope that makes sense. But if it's something that that you'd like me to cover in depth, this is something again that we can add into the membership because these are the tools that I use. I mean, I know these tools inside out. So if you want to learn, you know, how to integrate all this into your memberships, I mean, or into your website, I'm very happy to create, you know, courses that show you step by step how all this is done. Okay, let's take a look here if there's more questions. Yes, it's MemberPress. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered quite a lot here. So what I will be doing as well on my website, I will be pulling some of my content from YouTube and adding it onto this new website, MacUniversity.com. So I want to populate the blog because I don't want to start off with a blog which has nothing on it. So I will be adding some tutorials that I've done before onto the blog so that when people come to the website, they can always go to, you know, some of those blogs that I've created. And the other thing that I'll also be doing is I'll also be adding a analytics plugin. So having your analytics in the dashboard is also very important. So just to give you an idea of how many people are visiting your website and, you know, which pages they're going to, because having a website, you have to consistently tweak things to make it, you know, to make it run better. Okay. So if anyone wants to go ahead and get this, I'm going to mention this again. If you want to have access, lifetime access to the membership when it's launched, last week on Saturday, I spoke about buying the DV blueprint course. Now, if you buy that, there's also a discount, I think 50% off. If you buy that, I'll also give you access to the lifetime access of Mac University, okay? But that's only if you buy this DV Blueprint 3. Now, if you decide to get this, I will give you access to lifetime access to Mac University once it's up and running. So this is just a one-time thing that I'm giving to anyone on this live stream. So you can go ahead and do that. The link is in the description. So once you've done that, I will add your name to the list of those of you that will be getting access to this. So it's a project I'm excited about, and you guys that are on this live stream, I want to say, thank you again, because last week, if you were on this show, I'm sure you saw the excitement that was in me, the energy and the passion. I still have it. And to be honest, putting together now the pages, the promotional pages, and I'm going to start, creating, all this content. And as I mentioned, I will be taking suggestions on the mini courses that you want me to create, and I'll also be taking suggestions on when you want me to do the Q&As. Now, the live Q&As will only be for members, okay? It'll be members only Q&A where you get to ask me questions about your existing projects. If you want me to take a look at your sites, review them, and talk about, things that can be improved, this will all be the benefits of the members. So it's going to be a huge thing, to be honest, and I'm really excited about this project. After Saturday, I was thinking about it. I spoke about it, with my wife, and she's excited too. So this is going to be, my baby. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm glad that I have quite a few of you now already that have taken this offer initially. I'm really grateful for that. So I will be producing quite a lot of content. So I'm just hoping that, in fact, Rafi says, I purchased last week, but yet I have no access to the DV course. You should have access to that because this is automated. But you know what, Rafi, can you just drop me an email to mac@makita.co.uk and I'll take a look at that. Ashraf says, I'm making a custom post type. Which plugin is best for these post types? Okay, for custom post types, I recommend Pods. Okay, it's free, but it's really, really powerful. And I will be using Pods. Okay, so I'm not going to suggest something that I'm not using. So Pods is really, really, powerful. You could go with Toolset, but Toolset is a paid option. Again, it's going to depend on your project. But like I said, last time, Toolset is really powerful, and it has a unique feature where you get to display information like on a map, if you wanted to do that. But if you just want to create custom post types for your website, I would go with Pods for sure. Okay, Pods is what I would go with, and that's exactly what I will be using on this website. And I will have a mini course on how to use custom post types as well. Okay. Right. So Rahat, I can see your comment here. You want your website reviewed. There's a link which is in the description. Is it still there? Let me take a look. Right, I don't think it's there. Okay. I'll add a link in the description for you to add your website for reviews. So what we'll do on Saturday is I think we'll do a Q&A again, and I will briefly talk about the stages of Mak University. Hopefully I'll be able to put it live so we can have that initial landing page which will have the offer. Now, something that I didn't mention right in the beginning, and sorry about this, when you design your websites, right, I know some of you will just go directly onto your domain, host your website on there and start building it on there. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my case here, what I've done is I've built the website locally on my local computer. And then once I'm ready, I'm going to go in and then upload that website onto my my hosting platform. Now, the reason why I do that is because it's just the speed. Okay, when something is hosted there, because I've got so many browser tabs open, it takes a while for the website. I mean, it's quite slow. But on my local machine, I can just develop everything fast, put everything out that I need. Once I'm ready, I package everything, put it on the website, and I'm good to go. So that's the reason why if you go to macuniversity.com, there's nothing at the moment, but I was showing you all these things on my local machine. So that's the major difference. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm doing things this way, just to make things easier. Yes, you will get access. I mean, for those of you that have that bought the DV Blueprint 3, yes, I will give you access to that. So it's going to be really, really exciting. And of course, I will have a super massive offer for the initial people that want to join Mak University. So I'll do probably a 50% one-off. And this is the only time I'll be running this. It's going to be a one-off. I'll be promoting this everywhere. So once this offer is gone, right, I'll probably go with maybe, in fact, I haven't decided the price yet. So that's something that, if you have any ideas, to be honest, guys, send me some, in fact, let's discuss it here. Why not? It's not a secret. Yeah, so let's discuss it here. So the initial price, the discounted offer for the Mak for the membership, I was thinking maybe around $9 per month. Now, this $9 is the special, okay? So that's the one time. This offer here, I'll be sending it to anyone who's on my mailing list. I'll be sending it out to, it'll be on the live show. I'm going to maybe produce some YouTube and Facebook ads, for this membership. Now, once this offer runs out, which is probably going to be on Cyber Monday, that's it. Next year, Cyber Monday, next year, Black Friday, I will not run this offer ever again, okay? It's a one time. So I want those of you that join this offer or the initial offer. I haven't set my, I'm just thinking maybe $9 per month for the main offer will be a good price, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, if you think $9 is a bit too much, let me hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you guys think for the initial offer. Okay, and this is going to be recurring, by the way. It's a $9 per month. Okay, so if you think it's a good price, let me know. Now, after the offer to join Mak University, I was thinking of having Mak University at $19. Okay, now. It may seem like it's a lot, but to be honest, what $19 is going to bring you is going to be a lot. Mini courses, layout packs, like specific layout packs. You're going to get like a one-to-one with me, where we get to talk about your specific websites, question and answer sessions, and this will all be in the membership. So it's $19 and you have access to all this. You'll also have access to the bigger courses, like for example, the web design formula. You will have access to that. And that course on its own is going to cost, like $497 once it's complete, because it's going to be a huge course. So all the courses on the website, you will have access to that. Mini courses, you have access to everything, okay? And also my tips and, my help and live and access to, your live, where I do live Q&As, okay? So I don't know what do you guys think about these prices? You know, the one-off is going to be $9 and then $19 per month. What do you guys think? Rafi says existing Divi course will be available to Mak University. The answer to that is yes. I will be adding the Divi University course into Mak University. And then once the Gutenberg is out, I'm also going to be adding the updated version of Divi Blueprint 3 onto that. So all the latest features will be in that course as well. So this one here is slightly old, but everyone that has bought Divi Blueprint 3 will also get access to the Divi Blueprint 3 2019. Okay. Moni saying his question here is so are you saying $9 per month and then $19 thereafter? No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the $9 per month is a special offer. It's a one-time. $9 per month is what I'll be promoting. Okay. Once that offer is gone, the membership itself will be $19. So if you get this at $9, that's going to be $9 ongoing. Okay. That's the offer. Or after the offer, it's going to be $19 going forward. Okay. So it's not 19 thereafter. No. It's 9 flat. Or if you miss the offer, it's 19, flat. But here, so in terms of the pricing here, Toronto Hotspot says it needs to be under $9 per month. People have too many costs. Make it easy. Okay. So Toronto Hotspots, you say about $10, say $9 per month. That should be the price of the membership. Okay. Okay. So any thoughts on that? Do you guys think it needs to be under $9? For the membership, as Toronto Hotspots here is suggesting? Or do you think or maybe add more value and make it $19 per month? I mean, what do you guys think? Is $19 per month the price that it needs to go for with all the value that I'll be providing and all these courses? Or do you think it needs to be less than $9 per month? What do you guys think? Okay. That's a good idea, Toronto Hotspots. Okay, so $9 a month could be like basically access to the whole membership, and then 19 could be the one-to-ones or the live Q&As. I think that's fair. I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think? Yeah, 2-tier membership. So $9 will have you access to the courses. It will have access to let's say the mini courses, the courses, the forum, and also the layouts. And then the second tier, which is the 19, could be the one which has the live Q&As, perhaps, or even like one-to-ones where I get to work with you on your personal websites. I don't know. It's just a thought. Bakken says, how many people do you anticipate or project to sign up? I would say initially probably maybe 50 people could sign up onto the course, I think. But the goal is to have as many people as possible to make this worthwhile. Because if you really think about it, if I'm creating all these courses, by the way, they take a lot of time. Creating all these courses and these mini courses and the live Q&As. If I'm doing this for, let's say, initially for, let's say, 10 people, right? Per month, that's $100, per month for most of that work. So initially, this will be like really like good if I could start off. I would say, and this could be crazy, if I could get like, let's say 100 to start with for the membership, I think that'll be great because at least I can use that to cover, some of my costs for the hosting and also the promotion of the membership itself to make it bigger. Because the more the numbers, the more exciting it's going to be because I won't need to worry about, a lot of the promotion stuff that I need to do. And I will know that most of my outgoings are covered. Like, for example, this studio right here where I am, it's going to be covered by that. And also the hosting fees and any other expenses that go into this, knowing that in the future, this is going to grow more and more. So the more people I can get, the better. So I would say if I get to 100, I'll be over the moon, to be honest. So that's sort of like the idea here. Yes, I may have, for those of you that want to, instead of doing it like monthly, I think I also have an option to choose yearly, and I will also have a discount for the yearly membership. I think that could work as well. I'm happy with that. I could do a yearly, maybe take 2 months off of that. Okay. Monique says, setting up a course curriculum takes a lot. I've done that numerous times and it's time consuming. Absolutely. I mean, this takes a long time. And just the curriculum and then filming the videos, editing the videos, and then making sure that all the content is there, packaging, the videos themselves, the downloadables. Yes, it does take a lot of time. So I know that for the first probably 6 months, I'm going to be working like crazy, nonstop, and then perhaps maybe take a month off, just go on holiday somewhere because it does take a lot. Right. Right. Okay. So what I'll do is I will be engaging, all you guys in terms of the pricing structure, but I'm also for the idea of having a 2-tier pricing structure where the second one will give you access to a bit more of maybe more of a one-to-one or a group coaching session where we have like projects that we're working on, where we can push each other and where I can also help, more on a personal level. And the first tier is pretty much access to, everything else. Okay, so I'm open to that as well, and this is something that I'll be thinking about going forward. So I'll keep that in mind for sure, definitely. Yeah, and also Toronto Hotspots here also says make it under $10 for the first year and then have a big sale next Black Friday to lock everyone in at that price, and then raised it to $19. Yeah, I think that works too, because after a year, there'll be so much in the membership portal that it will be worthwhile now for anyone to pay to upgrade to the 19, to be honest. So I think that's a good one too. Fantastic. CSS Portal says, what did I miss? Oh, quite a lot. I mean, this is about almost 2 hours into this live stream. Basically, I went through the plugins and the theme that I'm using, the services that I'll be using for hosting, and all of that for this project, and why I'm using those those things, and those plugins and those services. So I went into detail into why I use that. So the idea here is to just assure you that with these plugins and with these hosting companies and these extra plugins that I use, they are solid. These can be a basis of running an online business. And the reason why I went through this is with everyone is because I want you to be confident that it can be done using these platforms, because I use this pretty much on a daily basis. And for any one of you that want to create a membership website, an e-learning type website, e-commerce website, these are the sort of things that I'll be helping you put together with my knowledge of working with these tools throughout the years. And with Divi as our main sort of like foundation, as the new tools and new features are added, I will also be going in and talking about all these features in great lengths, and even creating like mini courses of how to apply these features into our workflows. Now, the big features coming out are the header and footer update, custom post types. This was released. Dynamic content, was released recently, and I know quite a lot of you probably haven't really used this to a great depth, because sometimes when these features are out, you need to imagine or have an idea of how this can be used. So this is where I'll be coming in and saying, right, guys, we're going to design a website, a real estate website, which updates automatically when you add the content in. Okay, so this is where now we start using all these latest features, and this is where the membership is going to come in. Okay, so I mean, for anyone who's passionate about web design and wants to create websites, this is going to be a big deal, because you are going to be utilizing all the possibilities of what you can do with these websites. And I'm pretty sure that if you stay in, and I'm sure some of you have learned quite a lot in these in my tutorials already, but this is going to be even a step further, because with these skills, I'm pretty sure that you can start designing websites for your clients. These skills that you're going to get from Mak University, you're going to be able to set up a freelance business on the side. So right now, if you're, let's say, in work, on the side, you'll have the confidence to build websites for even others, for other people, or for other small companies, and make some money on the side. So it's a great investment, and I'm really excited to put all this content together. And even for those of you that have kids, maybe teenagers or whatever, that want to learn how to design websites, this will be the way forward. I mean, my kids right now, they are learning how to design websites using my tutorials. So this is what I want this to be, a portal where everyone can learn how to design professional looking websites using the industry standard tools and services. Yes, I agree. There is no perfect theme. So for those of you, for some people, I mean, I see some of these comments in Facebook where they say, "Oh, this theme is the best. This theme is the best." But really, when you go into it and start using it, you'll find that it may be missing a little bit here. This one is missing a little bit there. So there is no best theme. I agree with that 100%. You just have to have one that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable in, working your way around. So in my case, Astra theme, I've used that, and I've also spoken to the CEO of Astra theme. He's really cool, and they are very innovative there, and they also add quite a lot of features to their theme. So it's a big thumbs up for this for Astra theme. And obviously for Divi, I'm part of the content team. So of course, the reason why I'm still with them is because behind the scenes, they have great things that will be going into Divi itself. So if I didn't have any sort of like confidence in Divi, there's no reason why I would have abandoned the ship and gone to something else. So even like my websites that I'm building, future websites and all of that, I'm constantly keeping an eye on the future development, and the team at Elegant Themes, is fantastic. I got to spend some time with the whole team, the developers, and the crazy thing is, even down to the guys that build the specific updates. So I was speaking to, I think it was Ayub. He did the hover effect, so it was quite strange to speak to the developer that has actually developed that specific feature. So it was quite awesome, really. But like I said, the Divi team, they have great ambitions for the builder, and also some future plans in terms of the features, where they want to go with with Divi itself. I mean, I think it's fantastic, and that is why I'm really hanging in there. And I know, just like you guys as well, we're all waiting for all these features to come through, but I can tell you right now, the future is amazing, for Divi and Elegant Themes. And that's why, I'm with them, because I believe in the product, and what it's going to bring in the future. So it's really, really awesome. Right. Right. So I think let's we can round up the show. Does anyone have any more questions? Anything that I need to clear or clarify? Please do add those in the comments box. Otherwise, we're going to call this, we're going to wrap this show. It's been, again, really, really awesome. I hope you benefited quite a lot from the information that I've given you in regards to the plugins and how and what is going to be running Mak University. Okay, so I want to be talking about the features, the plugins, and all the tools that I use myself. And this is the knowledge that I'm going to impact on all of you in terms of the projects that you will be thinking of designing in the future. So I hope you've learned a lot from this behind the scenes today. So on Saturday, I will be running this promo, and I will let everyone know via email. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't hit the bell notification on the YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. By hitting the bell notification, you will be getting all the notifications when I go live, because I don't want you guys to miss the live, because Saturday is going to be awesome. That's when we're going to open up the membership for Mak University, and we're going to get the ball rolling. I'm also going to have a section in the websites where I'm going to need your suggestions, guys. Like I said, this is going to be our community. Okay, I want all your suggestions. You guys already, you're very sincere. I can tell from the comments, your support, your emails that you sent me. I'm really, I see you guys as family right now, to be honest. So I want you guys to give me all your suggestions. I'm going to create a special page where I'll be looking at those suggestions and things that I can implement right away. I'll be implementing them right away. Okay, so I'll be creating that page in the membership, and then I'll be looking forward to reading all those emails and taking a look at all those suggestions. Right. Oh, thank you very much, Toronto Hotspots, for your comments. When will this live end? It's about to end, Rafi. Cool. All right, so I'd like to say to everyone that joined me on this live show, thank you very much. I know these shows are quite long. It's 2 hours, and I'm really excited about the show. And thank you very much, guys, for tuning in onto this show. I will see you again on Saturday at 6 a.m. Eastern. That's 11 GMT London. 11 a.m. GMT London. So I'll be running the offer, and also we'll do a bit of Q&A. And what I'll also do is I will bring back the website reviews. There's a few websites that I left off, so I want to continue with those websites and review those. So once this list is done, the website reviews that are going to be left are going to be pretty much for the members. Maybe, I don't know if we should still continue with that, but I know last week we said one website review session per month. I think that's cool. But so I guess maybe this one could be the one live membership, live review. I'm getting tired now. Okay, so see you guys on Saturday. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And it's always a pleasure, to have all you guys, in the comments and, interacting with me and keeping this show very, very exciting. So take care, guys, and I will see you on Saturday. Have a great week. Take care.